This changes everything. Philadelphia, Columbus, and Seattle all targeting new goalies as $17 million worth of netminders face buyouts, while trade market explodes with cup-winning options available. The NHL offseason is months away, but several teams are already planning dramatic changes to the most important position in hockey. As the regular season concludes this week, front offices around the league are preparing for what could be the most active goaltending carousel in recent memory. Three teams in particular, the Philadelphia Flyers, Columbus Blue Jackets, and Seattle Kraken, are facing critical decisions that could reshape their franchises for years to come. With playoff hopes dashed or fading fast, these organizations are looking toward next season with one question in mind: who will be their goaltender of the future? In Philadelphia, the numbers tell a devastating story. The Flyers currently own the NHL's worst save percentage at a dismal .879, placing them dead last among all 32 teams. Their goals against average of 3.44 ranks fifth worst league-wide. The departure of Carter Hart under troubling circumstances left a void that Alexei Kolosov, Ivan Fedotov, and Samuel Ersson have been unable to fill consistently. When you're giving up that many goals, it doesn't matter how good your offense is, said NHL analyst Mike Johnson. The Flyers simply can't win consistently with goaltending numbers like that. General manager Daniel Briere faces limited options in the free agent market this summer. The most attractive candidates might be Jake Allen of the New Jersey Devils and Frederik Andersen of the Carolina Hurricanes, both experienced veterans with their own question marks. The trade market, however, could offer more promising solutions. John Gibson of the Anaheim Ducks has been a fixture in trade rumors for years. The Pennsylvania native could welcome a move closer to home, though his $6.4 million cap hit through 2026-27 presents financial challenges. An even more intriguing option emerged in recent reports linking Vancouver's Thatcher Demko to the Flyers. Despite finishing second in Vezina Trophy voting last season as one of the NHL's elite goalies, Demko's future in Vancouver became uncertain after the Canucks signed Kevin Lankinen to a 5-year extension. Demko would be a franchise-altering acquisition for Philadelphia, said former NHL goaltender Kevin Weeks. When healthy, he's a top-5 goalie in this league who can steal games and playoff series. In Columbus, the situation is equally dire. The Blue Jackets appear ready to cut ties with Elvis Merzlikins, whose inconsistent play makes him almost impossible to trade, according to team sources. With 2 years remaining on his contract at $5.4 million annually, a buyout seems increasingly likely. The emergence of Jet Greaves, who earned NHL First Star of the Week honors with a perfect .300 record, 1.00 goals against average, and .968 save percentage, offers a glimmer of hope. But team officials remain cautious about elevating the 23-year-old to a starting role without experienced support. Columbus is another team that will be in the market for a proven NHL starter, said NHL insider Elliot Friedman. They've invested too much in rebuilding their defense and forward groups to let goaltending hold them back. Meanwhile, in Seattle, the Kraken appear ready to move on from Philipp Grubauer after the 33-year-old lost his starting job to Joey Daccord. With 2 years remaining on his contract at an average annual value of $5.9 million, Grubauer is another buyout candidate. The financial implications are significant. A Grubauer buyout would cost the Kraken $1.983 million in 2025-26, $3.083 million in 2026-27, and $1.683 million annually for the final 2 years, but would free up valuable cap space for a team already committing to Daccord as their starter. This brewing storm in the goaltending market comes as several teams fight desperately for the final playoff spots this season. The Columbus Blue Jackets remain alive in the Eastern Conference race, needing a regulation win against Philadelphia tonight to keep their hopes alive after Montreal's shootout loss to Chicago. In the Western Conference, Minnesota, St. Louis, and Calgary are battling for 2 wild-card positions. The Wild hold a slight edge with a 1-point advantage over the Blues, while the Flames need both a win of their own and a Blues regulation loss to improve their standing. With just 2 days remaining in the regular season after tonight, every point is precious. Teams like Columbus are playing with heightened desperation, knowing their playoff hopes could evaporate with a single loss. The playoff races add another layer of intrigue to the goaltending situation, said NHL analyst Craig Button. Teams that miss the postseason often make significant changes, and goaltending is frequently the first position they address. For teams like Philadelphia, Columbus, and Seattle, the stakes couldn't be higher. Modern NHL success is built on goaltending stability, and all three organizations have suffered through seasons of inconsistency at the position. Look at the teams that consistently make deep playoff runs, said Johnson. They almost always have reliable goaltending. It's the foundation everything else is built upon. For NHL fans, this means the excitement won't end when the Stanley Cup is awarded in June. The goaltending carousel promises to make this offseason one of the most fascinating in recent memory, with franchise-altering moves potentially reshaping the league's competitive landscape. Teams that solve their goaltending issues this summer will have a massive advantage heading into next season, Weeks concluded. It's the most important position in hockey, and right now, there are multiple teams desperate for solutions. That makes for a very interesting market and potentially some surprising moves. As the regular season concludes and the playoff picture finalizes, general managers across the league are already looking ahead to the critical decisions that await them. For Philadelphia, Columbus, Seattle, and perhaps several other franchises, finding the right person to stand between the pipes could be the difference between future playoff success and continued frustration.